Welcome to another Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. Tonight I'm going to share with you a £1 banknote from the Isle of Man, and this is a special Isle of Man banknote. It was one of the first of its kind and turned out to be one of the only ones of its kind. I got information on this banknote from not only Wikipedia but from the banknote book, the Krause catalog of standard catalog of world paper money, and a website called mandysroyalty.com, as well as visitisleofman.com. Let's get started with this lovely £1 banknote. This is a no-dated banknote from 1983. It is predominantly a green note, although you can see some pink and some purple aspects. The Krause catalog calls this a PIC 38, while the banknote book calls this a B112 or B112. This banknote is not paper. This is a Bradvek banknote, which is actually a polymer product used by the Bradbury Wilkinson and Company, who printed this note. But it was printed after BWC was sold to the American Banknote Company, who had licensed Tyvek for use on a couple of other nations' banknotes a year or two earlier. But because this was Bradbury Wilkinson and Company and experimental, I'm sure that's why they called the Tyvek used in this note Bradvek. This banknote is is 135 by 67 millimeters, and it was demonetized October 31st of 2013. Let's start with what's on the face of this note. On the face, we see Queen Elizabeth II over here on the right, and this is after a portrait taken by Anthony Buckley. You also see the Triskelion or the Triskelus here in the middle of the note, and I'm not even going to try to say the say the legend of the country. Well, I'm going to try it. Quan Kunke. Jaceris stabit. Wherever I land, or whichever way I land, I will not fall, or I will stand, or throw me and I will stand. I really don't know. It's not a language I speak. It is a beautiful design, and it's reminiscent of a symbology that you see all over the Norse parts of Europe, but as well as symbology that's very similar to what you see on what's that island? Corsica? Is it Corsica? Little island over there by Italy. Also had three-legged devices and some of their ancient symbols. I probably should not even do this video until I do a little bit more research on that. But there are some things I did do some research. Take a look at the jewelry that Queen Elizabeth is wearing. She is actually wearing the Queen Victoria collet necklace right there, and earrings. Lots of nice diamonds in those earrings, including that Lahore diamond right there. Now, she's also wearing some family orders, which are normally worn by the female members of the royal family and are a gift to the sovereign. So you can see the Queen is wearing the family order of her father, King George VI, and there, her grandfather, King George V. You can just make out the top of his family order right there. It's pretty interesting. The necklace is also known as the coronation necklace and earrings, and they were created by Gerard and Company in 1858. And it is not named the coronation necklace because Victoria wore it to her coronation. But since the time of Victoria, this necklace and diamonds have been worn in the coronation of her son and his wife, Queen Alexandra, and Queen Victoria's, grandson, George V, and Queen Mary. And then Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, when she was coronated with George VI. And then, of course, when Queen Elizabeth was coronated as well. So that's why it's called the coronation necklace. It consists of 25 graduated cushion-cut brilliant diamonds that are set in silver. The large pendant is almost 23 carats, and it was also known as the Lahore diamond. Now, I've already mentioned that the banknote is in Bradvek, which is a form of Tyvek, produced by DuPont and licensed to Bradbury Wilkinson and Company since it was owned by ABN Co., American Banknote Company, which had licensed the use of Tyvek on notes of Haiti and on one specific note of Costa Rica. Let's take a look at the back of this note. And while I'm turning it over, please decide to subscribe to my channel. I now have 400 subscribers, and I'm excited. I feel like 1,000 is just around the corner. Thank you guys who are loyal fans and who have decided to subscribe to my channel. The back of this note is done in green, and it is an image of Tynwald Hill, and it's even labeled right there, Tynwald Hill. In the background, you can see St. John's Church. It is a 4-tiered hill. It's approximately 12 feet high, and it's thought to contain soil from all 17 of the island's ancient parishes. It is claimed to be the oldest continuous parliament in the world. Now, Iceland has had a parliament that has been around since a little bit longer, but for a period of time they did not meet at all. So that's why this one is the oldest continuing meeting parliament in the world. The ancient graves have been found nearby to this mound, and near to the church itself, a temple of Thor was found. So you see that there's a lot of Norse history to this. This is actually, like I had just mentioned, one of the many dings, or things found throughout Europe in places with Norse heritage. Since a parliament is called a thing or an althing, that's why you hear things, tings, dings, and things. And anytime you hear those in a place name, you know that there used to be some sort of government located there. Tynwald Day, which is July 5th, corresponds to St. John's feast day, according to the Julian calendar. And so maybe that's why that has the name of St. John's. Who knows? It's kind of interesting. It is an Anglican church, and it was dedicated to St. John's, and the village is named after the church. These are some of the interesting notes done from a time where landscapes shouldn't have any living people in them. So it's kind of a stark and sterile scene. There is no life except that which doesn't move, the trees. There's no birds in the sky. There's no little people. There's no reverend in the door of the church greeting nobody who's walking up to the building on there. It strikes me that in this time period, a lot of banknotes had edifices, but no people on them. I don't know. I still think it's a pretty nice note. I was able to get mine for a very good price, and I think they can still be had if you're willing to shell out close to $50 is the price I saw recently on eBay, maybe $60. Still not an entirely unreasonable bit of price to pay for a lovely piece of history from a great country and a very fascinating substrate. Before the polymer craze that one could argue we're in now, they tried, and Isle of Man was one of the first to try it with a polymer. In this case, Bradvek. This has been Benjamin. This is Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. I hope you have a jewel of a day.